Reignite your intuition to grow your intuitive self. This is the episode where I talk about running a business in 2 languages might be crazy. What do you think? My name is Angela and I'm your host of the show and a highly intuitive person by birth who never lost her connection. I am the expert in supporting you, regaining your intuition and living a fulfilled and much easier life with it. Trusting fully your intuition takes time and is a very individual process. I share with you my knowledge and strategies I have developed to support you on a daily basis in any situation. By signing up to my freebie, you can support yourself to connect to your intuition. Go to angelahack.com, podcast English. Hey there! If you speak English and German or German and English, you might already have figured out that I have 2 podcasts. But I don't have only 2 podcasts, also my homepage is in 2 languages and I post on Facebook in German and English as well as on my Instagram because I run my business in 2 languages. I'm not doing that because I'm bilingual. I am absolutely not bilingual. But I think it's a gift that I grow up in a country where we automatically speak several languages. My mother language or my mother tongue is Swiss German. As per the Germans, that's a dialect. As per history, Swiss German is older than German. But at school we use High German to write because there is no rules to write. So at the age of 7 latest we start to learn another language because High German is not Swiss German. Which very often Germans forget when they listen to us, by the way, and think like, oh, you should be perfect in High German. Hell no. So we have High German. And then we started French and English. And if the school is big enough and there is enough teachers and students, you even can start with Italian. But then I still have only covered 3 of the 4 languages in the country, which is Swiss German, French, Italian, and Romansh. Romansh is a very, very old language that's actually resonating to the one they speak in Wales, as well as the one they speak in, I think it's the Bretagne. It's just, places where it's where they have this still very, very old dialects, and they're still connected to each other. So I grew up speaking several languages. At the beginning, I was actually listening to several languages, as my parents started a sentence in one language and then go to the next language and such, trying to avoid that we get what they're discussing about. Honestly, my brother always got it. I didn't get it because I was not listening, but that doesn't mean that I didn't understand the language. It was just not being interested on what's going on. But still, it was very good because my ear became used to languages. And in the meanwhile, I must say I'm pretty happy that I understand a lot of languages. Unfortunately, only Latin ones, except for the little bit Arabic that I can have in mind that I learned in Egypt when I lived there. But it's compared to what language is. It's a few words to say hello, goodbye, happy day, I'm hungry, what I want to order. That's about it. But in Latin languages, I'm pretty okay. And when I started my business, I wasn't sure, shall I do it in German, shall I do it in English, shall I do it in any language? And I've decided to do it in both languages because I like both of them. And it does not make a difference for me to explain what I feel, what my customers need to hear, or anything like that. It is totally different how to do marketing. That's a huge difference. In the English field, you have to have quite a regular way of sending out emails, especially because they get so overwhelmed. They have so many more offers. It works better. In the German area, it's more let's call it shyness, but still pushiness in a very decent combination. That's kind of not always easy to handle. And I have for both languages someone who does my text, to be honest. And funny enough, I figured that in German it's much, much more difficult to find someone to write text. And still it's not as easy to find someone who writes a text and is very good in SEO. In English-speaking area, there's no problem. You find people easily who do that. So, yeah. If it's crazy to run a business in 2 languages, no, but it's a shitload of work. No, seriously, it is. It's fun, but it is. I mean, for example, podcasts. I have every week 1 podcast in each language. This means I am sending out 2 podcasts a week, which is automatically 8 a month. 8 a month is about crap. It's about 100 podcasts in a year. Whoa. Okay, now I'm scared. But it's kind of cool to know the numbers by myself. I really don't think I remember why I decided to do that podcast thing in both languages. I don't remember why I decided to do the business in both languages. As a matter of fact, even for just Swiss German speaking customers, the market would be big enough. I just have this dream of growing consciousness and growing self-love and everything. And therefore, I think that's the reason why I started to do it in both languages. On one hand, because the reach of people is bigger when I have 2 languages. On the other hand, the world language becomes English, or at least part of it. So I really think it's good to have the chance to give as much out there as possible to make sure that people can grow within themselves. Yeah, I think that's really good. I just had to think about it. 2 languages can be confusing, totally. But for me, the switch to talk to clients is not here, but I can tell you that much. If I speak a lot of German during the day, I have a harder time to speak German in the evening, or when I'm with friends, I start to discuss in both languages. I switch back and forth, and it took me quite a while to figure that it's not natural to switch as quickly as I do. And that's what I feel blessed for, that I don't have these issues as badly as others. And I have a good routine of being a fun person still while working my butt off. And yes, there is moments when I'm scared when I'm speaking English, and I'm like, am I really, really able to express what I want to express? And funny enough, an American woman, her mother language is English, came to me once and was like, you know what, your English is freaking better than mine. And I looked at her and was like, yeah, but that's your mother language. You should be able to explain things in a way that I can't. And she said, no, she can't. She's not able to do it that way. And I'm still thinking about that. Because if I imagine to explain a child a story or tell a child a story, I'm not sure if I could do it in the sparkly, blinking, beautiful, bling-bling way with all the picturesque explanations of what the dwarf looks like and the mushroom the dwarf lives in, and that the door of the mushroom is round and blue and has a yellow knot or something. I'm not sure if I could do that so well in English as I can do it in Swiss German, by the way. For me, it's even a difference from Swiss German to German. I know some people think that I'm German because my High German is pretty okay spoken, but I highly appreciate to have a certain pronunciation and as less as an accent as possible. I know my English sounds very American, which makes sense because I'm not every year, but I'm quite often there as my friend lives there, a very dear friend of mine. But in German and Swiss German, there can be a huge accent from the Swiss Germans to the German. And somewhere when I was very young, I decided not to have this accent, and then it ends up that I don't have it, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So running a business in 2 languages might be crazy, but I think it's not. That's the solution of the whole podcast. Try it out. Do your thing. Doesn't matter if it's languages, if it's numbers, it's traveling, it's whatever. Go out there, try it. Don't be a blind chicken running around in the street. Do it with open eyes. Be aware of what you're doing. Do it consciously. Be who you are and go ahead and jump in there and live your life and go full speed and full power, because I know that you know how to do it. Are you ready for reignition? Yes? Then go to angelahack.com, podcasts, sign up for the freebie with the link you find there. Thank you for listening to Reignite Your Intuition. If you like my podcast, come back, tell friends, share with others, and please feel free to also put any comment into iTunes. Have an intuitive day.